So we've got our first speaker today. You guys might not know this, but he wrote his first book in the 6th grade, his first short story. He has 5 books on Amazon. Did you know that? And he's got about 10 more ready to go. We'll hear more about that, but today he's going to... Words, we are told, are very, very important. Their selection and proper use are drilled into our pointed little heads from birth. But our next speaker is here to inform us that all is not quite as it seems. The all-importance of words isn't what it's cracked up to be. Please welcome Rich McCullough with his speech titled The Tyranny of Words.
Words. I brought a lot of words. But we're going to do something a little different. People have called me a wordsmith. The problem is they're missing the true magic. See, it's sort of like they're watching this hand, but they're missing what's going on over here. It's like trying to catch the magician in his trick. We have been brainwashed, confused by the English teachers that have us focus on words, sentences, punctuation, spelling. But there is a mechanism, a technique, if you will, that is far more accurate, far more powerful than mere words. In fact, all of you use it every day, in every way, in everything you do. The child is born with it. That's how he gets everything that he needs and wants. The interesting thing is, it's practically hardwired into our DNA, but nobody's told us what it is. But we kind of know what it is because we use it all the time. There's only one guy that I've run across who actually mentions it. And I've studied a lot of philosophy and history. Amazing. Now, I didn't discover this, but when I read it, it blew my mind because I went, holy smoke, there it is. In fact, this is so hidden, we don't even have a word in the English language for it.
Wow.
10,000 years of history, we use it all the time. Here's what he says about it. I had to coin this out of a word that came out of World War II. You'll recognize the word, but there's a special application. Mock-up. Now listen carefully. A full perceptic energy picture in 3 dimensions, created by the Thetan, and having location in space and time. Oh, Ron Hubbard, that's out of the technical dictionary. Now let's consider that definition very carefully. The first part of it, full percepting. Full percepting. Well, you have to go to another book. It's the Book of Basics, and he lists out all the perceptics. Perceptics would be like characteristics. Time, sight, taste, color, depth, solidity, relative size, sound, pitch. There's 57 of them. It's a long list. So our mock-up could contain some or all of those perceptics. Energy picture in 3 dimensions. Whoa, that gets really interesting. Created by you. Here's where it gets really, really interesting. It has a location in time and space. A location in time and space. See, writing is the process of creating mock-ups. And reading is the process of perceiving the mock-ups that were created. But it doesn't just apply to writing, because we use it all the time. As an example, consider this little bit of a story. The girl walked across the dead grass yard, hesitating for just a moment, then climbed gingerly up the rotting steps of the old house. She turned the rusty doorknob. Sweating now, she crossed the room and slowly ascended the stairs. Now let me ask you a question. A couple questions, actually. What color was her hair?
Brown.
Anybody?
Brown.
And?
Red.
Blonde.
And?
Red.
Okay. Which way did the door swing open?
Right. To the left.
Inward.
Inside.
Inward, yeah.
Okay. Which side of the room was the stairs on?
On the right.
Left.
On
It
the
wasn't
right.
left.
You guys weren't listening.
Now this is why it gets a little confusing. Most of you got the same or similar pictures, but here's where the problem comes in. It has to do with the willingness and ability of the writer to put the mock-ups there, and the willingness and ability of the reader to get the mock-ups. And then you have this other variable that kicks in. It has to do with the reader or listener co-creating, because the writer only draws a sketch, a little outline. You guys have to fill in the details. So, storytelling and all communication is about creating mock-ups. If you want to communicate better, then create your mock-ups better. Don't worry so much about your words. The audience will see what you put out there. The words can get in the way. That's why Hemingway was famous. He would write very short, cryptic little sentences, and he drove the intellectuals crazy. Because, see, they were so immersed in words, they couldn't see the pictures. So they couldn't understand why he was so popular. But when Hemingway says he wore a slouch hat, the sentence is only this long, but you get it. You feel the felt. You see the color, because he put it there. So, my friends, I've now released you from the tyranny of words.
Oh.
Mr. Toastmaster.
Wow.
I feel like I've just attended a full day seminar on how to write. You write it up with just